So today I want to talk about a few charts that because the stock market has been going up lately, and literally every day it just keeps going up like 2-3%. So I want to see, during a an update, what are some of the signs where it's gonna keep going up versus like if it's gonna pull back a little bit. How do you identify a trend? So I just went back and looked at some of the days on QQQ where it just went up, kind of you have a big green candle for the day, and see what are some of the trends. So I'm on a 5 minute charts, and the furthest I can go back is 180 days. So July 2nd is the earliest day I can find using a 5 minute chart. So this day it went up, let's see. So peak to trough 3.5%. So let's just take a look. Obviously the first 30 minutes is kind of hard to trade, but once you identify a pattern, obviously the first 30 minutes it went up, and then had a pullback to almost the prior lows, and then we see two inside candle, and it just kept going up and broke the new high, broke the prior high here. It kept going up, and then we see the first major pullback from the high, from the prior high, going back to the prior high here. So these two candles are very small in terms of volume, and also well, this one is a hammer, this one's like a half a hammer. So hammers are good for bullish signs, and also the volume is low, so you know that these are good possible entry points for a long. So market kept going up. So finally at 11:20 we start seeing some sideways action. Also the RSI is dropping, and we have a double top here that the small double top here. The red candle's volume is getting a little bit bigger, and we see the big drop here, pullback, and the pullback is very small in terms of volume. Right here it's dropping, and then once it hit the prior, kind of like the prior SMA line, it couldn't hold, so we'll have another pullback. But this one, it have a double bottom, and then 2 inside bars. So I guess it broke the SMA line again and just kept going up again. So if you can trade entry point, I think will probably be here. So once we see the green candle going back to all-time high, it's not holding. So we know that most likely it's not gonna hold. Well, here's the entry point, and also here confirmation that it's not going back up to prior high. So we have the double bottom, but then here it couldn't drop below the prior low, and it just made a double bottom, and then it keep going up again. Here it broke the prior high, and the RSI is actually holding up, so we know that it's probably gonna keep going up. So once it kept going up, the next day it dropped back down because it went up so much, 3.5%. Next day, just crash. So the next chart I want to see is June 7. Again, coming off of a low. That's usually a good sign. We see the first pullback within 30 minutes of the market open. Hits the this is the VWAP, and couldn't go down anymore, so it kept going up. So this already is 2% in less than an hour and a half. So there's a high likely chance that it's gonna pull back. And also the RSI is above 80. So we know that it's very likely it's gonna pull back. So here we see the first red candle on a 5-minute. First consolidation time, and it's also hitting the 9 SMA. Try to break through, but couldn't, and kept going down here. So these two bars, it's hard to say where's the best entry point. I mean, this one's below the 9 SMA, so you could probably take a chance here. But this bar is a bullish bar, so it's kind of hard to tell. Too bad I can't see the 1 minute. Anyways, and then after the pullback, now we have to think about reversal again. So here it hits the VWAP, has a nice double bottom, two inside bullish-ish bars with a small volume. After a nice hammer right here, and it's confirmed with another hammer here with a, so this is probably the best place to enter right here. And can ride the wave. And then after reaching the prior high here, it pulled back a little bit and did another double top. With a strong reversal bar right here. And also the RSI is lower on these two bars, so very likely to have a small pullback, at least a small pullback, right? One giant red candle, small doji, and then another two inside greenish candle. So that's another bullish sign. So no sellers. It went back to all-time high. So this is the third time it reaches this area, and we have some indecision here. Another bullish candle and goes all-time high. I mean, I wouldn't be trading after 12:30, so, but it's still good. VWAP. So that was July 7. Let's look at June 7, and then June 21. Let's take a look at June 21. Alright, so this one, again, it went up 1.75% in about an hour. We have one leg down, second leg down, but very low volume compared to the bullish bars. And then right away you can see a reversal here, so you know that it's gonna keep going up. So early reached 80 over 80. So most likely it's gonna reverse soon. So we reached another high, but the RSI is low. And then we see the red candles here that had higher volume than the greens. We signal possibly exhaustion. And a green candle that's small. I would say possible entry here or wait for confirmation, drop around right here. Hits VWAP. Large candle, large green candle bigger than the prior red. Even though the volume is slightly smaller, still pretty big. So this could be a signal for a bullish trend coming. So maybe at the pullback, you can go in here, get a little bit of pullback, a scalp here. Sideways trading. Large red candle compared to the prior green with higher volume. Signal a trend reversal, possibly. So this continues to the next day. Downward trend. So the next day we have a huge jump, 2.3% in 1 hour. Probably some news, but I don't know where it is right now. And then we see a major pullback here to retest the highs. Green candle with a wick, top wick, and then also a small resting candle on the top of the previous candle. So this usually is a bearish sign. Also confirming RSI is lower than before. We can see the RSI hits 85. That's crazy. 87 actually. So very most likely it's gonna reverse when we see a pullback here. Even though there's a shooting star, we see it's not at the bottom or it's not at the top, so it doesn't really mean much, I guess. And we see the reversals right here. And then going back to almost all-time high, reaching up to this point, area of resistance. We see kind of similar thing. Red, a green candle with two smaller candles at the top of the range, and then another drop. So over here we'll have two hammers with decent volume right here, and there's a red candle in between them. What I was trying to say here. However, there. Oh, okay, so even though there's two hammers, usually that's a bullish sign. But because it's below the both of the SMAs and also they're followed by a big red candle afterwards. So it's not that bullish, and that's why we see the price keep dropping afterwards. So that was June 22nd. Now let's look at July 19. '18, 19, coming off of the lows, and then trend small, a doji with relative low volume. Oh, that's a hammer. There's also a hammer here, which means that there's still, it hits the SMA and then just bounce right back. So it was testing the high, but there's enough buyers where it doesn't drop down. And a small volume. Again, another small volume. So you know this price is gonna keep going up. So we know there's a pretty big trend going up. So here we see a shooting star with low volume, which signals not enough buyers. Also, RSI is lower than the high, which is here, where they hit 85 here. So likely a correction, which we get. And then once it's down, two legs, 1, 2, well, 1, 2, 3, 2 inside bars, with low volume. Oh, this is not really inside bar, but close enough. And then a higher low with strong green candle. So there's a potential reversal, and then we'll also see another hammer here. So 2 hammers here. So that's really good signal that it's gonna keep going up. It's above the 9 SMA. So we know that's gonna go up. So I think that's it for now.